my name is Jessica. I will take you through a 10 to 15 minute core practice right here in my living room. So why would core practice be important, especially in a time of stress? Well, connecting to your inner strength. Right now our thoughts might be all around us, over here, nor there. We have changes. We're all adapting, but connecting to your core, and that doesn't mean just your six-pack ab center, but your shoulders, your hips, everything that isn't your extremities is important to kind of bring our awareness in and then to feel supported by our bodies, because right now we may or may not be in tune with our bodies, but we might be. So just take that for what it is. For this practice, what you'll need is like what I'm sitting on, a block, or take something like a book like this, and both will work out just fine. If not, it's not the end of the world. The block just provides some input or some proprioceptive feedback to our yoga class. So we'll get started laying down on our backs. And we'll kind of get right to the core work. This might be good if you are wanting to feel consolidated before maybe you take another class, before you go on a run, maybe you want to feel strengthened before you do whatever type of gentle movement practice you're doing, but it'll help us to move from that place of stability. Okay, so we'll for real get started. Go ahead and take your block. You're in bridge prep, so your knees are facing up towards the sky. Feet are directly underneath the knees. We will be going into a bridge up, so make sure your feet aren't far forward, because that will actually put a little bit more demand on the hips. You'll take the block, place it in between your knees, the thinnest way, or your book, and you'll just go ahead and you'll squeeze that together. Now just sitting here, your palms are flat on the ground. You want to keep that, you still want to keep a gentle lumbar curve in your lumbar spine during this, but we're going to focus on drawing the ribs down. So your tailbone may come up slightly, but you don't want to press that low back way far into the ground, getting rid of that curve completely, because that is actually part of our natural spine. So we'll go ahead and tack the low ribs down. Press your hands down into the mat. Draw an inhale in, belly goes into the breath. Exhale, squeeze the block together, lift from your glutes to come into bridge pose. Good. Now we're not coming into a bridge pose where the ribs are flaring directly out. And how do you know if you're doing this? Take the palms of your hands into your hip points, your ASISs, and gently push them together with your palms. They won't actually move, but notice how the low belly or your belly button starts to draw into the back body. The ribs are tacking down slightly in that low section. You can even take your hands there and gently encourage them to come down, and then place your hands and draw them up towards your head, giving yourself a little bit of traction. And then you can take the palms of your hands, your thumbs are up towards your belly button, index fingers are down towards your sacrum, and gently draw the inner part of your thumbs, that thenar space, together. And then draw your thumb and index finger together, so you're feeling consolidated in that low belly space. So I've been talking a lot. We'll go ahead and place your hands down. Inhale, draw everything into center. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. We'll do that 4 more times with the breath. Inhale, push from the glutes, lifting the hips up high. Squeeze the block together. Exhale to lower one vertebrae at a time. And then follow this with your breath. So still keeping that neutral pelvis. Inhale, drawing the hips up, not going too far to jut out the ribs. Exhale, lower the belly. Inhale, push down through the feet, lifting up through the hips, and then keeping the front line of the body to the back line. Exhale, lowering. Last time, and we'll stay here. Inhale, lift. You can take your hands into that diamond, heel, the hand goes to your frontal hip points, thumb facing up, index finger down, and push that area in. Place your hands back down from here. Good. And hold in here. Inhale, push from the hips. Tailbone lifts up towards the sky. Low ribs lower down. One more inhale, breath in. Heels energize back towards the glutes. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Great job. You can go ahead and remove the block from here. Replace your hands down. On your next inhale, lift up into bridge without the block. Exhale, lift your right knee so it's over the hip. You can keep a bend in the knee here. Push down through the left foot and then dial the left foot out so your external rotators will turn on, but your leg won't move. Inhale, lift up through the right hip. Look to see if you have a level pelvis. And then exhale, knee comes out to the side, foot comes in towards the center. So you're externally rotating the right leg. Inhale, return to neutral. So the knee comes to center, foot lines up out from the knee. Exhale, knee turns out. Inhale, knee to center. Exhale, knee turns out. Inhale, knee to center. Last time. Exhale, knee turns out. Keep the tailbone lifted up. Inhale to center. Exhale and lower down. Right foot drops down. Good. Your left hip should have been turning on by then. Feeling some heat building up. Try to inhale, breath in. Exhale, lift up into bridge. Both hips lift up. Right foot plants down. Dial the right foot out. Inhale, left knee rises up over the hip. Check to see if your pelvis is even here. You might have to lift up your left hip point. Exhale, left knee turns out to the side. Right foot turns in, keeping the pelvis level. That's the main key. Inhale, knee to center. Exhale, knee towards the side. Foot comes in, external rotation. Inhale, and knee towards the center. Foot is straight out from the knee. Exhale, knee out. Push through the right foot. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, knee out to the side. Inhale, knee in. Hold here. Right foot presses down. Exhale, lower the left knee and lower the body. Awesome job. Both knees come out, or feet come out wide on the mat. And exhale your knees to the right side. And then even from here, hands can come out to the side. Push into the big toe mound of the left foot. Squeeze the left glute and draw the belly back. Feeling a nice opening into the left front hip flexor area. Good. Inhale, knees up to the sky. Exhale, knees towards the left side of the room. Push into the right big toe mound of the foot, even though it's lifting off. Squeeze the right glute, and you don't have to clench very hard, but just ease into it to get that stretch up through from the belly to the right hip flexor. Inhale, knees come up over center once more. Heel toe the feet in towards each other. And to start out with a little bit of core work, coming into the deep abdominals, transverse abdominis, obliques. We'll go ahead and take the block, place it in between the knees, and then lift your shins up off the mat. Same principles as we did in bridge. So you're tacking the low ribs down, not over tucking, so you still have a slight lumbar curve. Squeeze the block in together. Inhale, belly fills up. Exhale, hands clasped behind the head. You can draw the elbows in towards the temples here, and then pull up, lifting the shoulders off of the mat. Holding here, we'll squeeze the block together. Maybe lift the tailbone off the mat a little bit more, and then draw and tack the low ribs down to allow your shoulders to lift up. Hold here, squeeze the block together. Imagine that diamond space that's hugging in. And inhale and lower, chest comes down. Good, inhale, breath in. Exhale, we'll lift again, squeezing this belly together, hugging, knitting in the ribs. You can even take your hands to opposite ribs. Draw your hands in to help you lift up a little more. Relax the neck and the back of the hands. Lift up through the tailbone. Squeeze that block together. Inhale and we'll lower. Last time, inhale, breath in. Exhale, lift up off the mat using breath retention, or your exhale, belly button to spine to help lift you up. Good. Keep drawing the shoulders off the mat. Tailbone lifts, knit the ribs in, toes spread. Inhale and we'll lower. Great job. Adding on a little more. Your feet can touch down to the ground here, giving your hip flexors a break. Inhale, breath in. And exhale out. Good. Definitely feeling lots of strength in my lower abdominals. Nice and consolidated. Another inhale. The shins will come parallel. Squeeze the block together, or your book. Exhale, lift up off the shoulders, and then from here, squeeze the block, and then right foot turns out, so it's internally rotating. Inhale, foot comes to center. Lift up off the shoulders a little more. Exhale, right foot turns out. Inhale, towards center. Lift the tailbone a little. Exhale, right foot turns out. Inhale, foot to center. Exhale and lower. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Let that exhale help lift you up. Draw an inhale breath in. Exhale, left foot turns out. Internal rotation. Exhale, left foot to center. Inhale, left foot turns out. Lift up off the shoulders a little more. Exhale, foot to center. Last time. Inhale, left foot out. Exhale, foot to center. Inhale, breath. Exhale, chest to mat. You can drop the feet down from here. Hands come to the side. Don't get too comfortable. Draw an inhale, breath in. And exhale, breath comes out. On your next inhale, shins come parallel. Tap those low ribs down. Find that little diamond area of consolidating in through the low abdomen. Inhale, breath. Exhale, lift up off the shoulders. Elbows hug in. Inhale. Exhale, right foot turns out. Internal rotation on the right leg. Lift up off the shoulders and then turn towards the left through the ribs. So your right elbow's coming towards the left knee. Make sure you're staying lifted off of the left shoulder. Lift up a little higher, lift up off the tailbone, squeeze the block in. Inhale, leg to center, chest to center. Exhale and lower down. Good. Woo, really feeling that. Inhale, breath in. Exhale, lift up off through the chest. Inhale, left foot turns out to the side, squeeze the block together. Exhale, ribs turn to the right. Keep lifted off of that right shoulder blade. Keep squeezing the block in, tailbone lifts, push the thighs away. Lots of work here. Inhale towards center, exhale and lower. Feet can lower down. Inhale, breath in. Exhale, draw that breath out. Inhale, this is the last time with the core, adding a little more. Woohoo. Inhale, shins come to parallel. Tap the low ribs down. Exhale, lift the chest off the mat. Right leg comes out to the side, internal rotation. Turn to the left. And then from here, your right hand can cross the body on the outside of the left leg. Use the right hand to push into the left leg. Help that lift both shoulders off. And then push the thighs away, lift up through the tailbone. Good, holding here, holding everything in, belly to spine. Inhale, hands behind the head. Exhale, lower the chest down. Great job. One more side to go. Inhale, breath in, fill up the belly. And exhale, lift up off the shoulders, belly to spine. Left foot turns out, internal rotation. Rotate the body to the right through the ribs, and then the left hand crosses the body, pressing the back of the hand into the thigh. Squeeze the legs together, lift up through the tailbone. Lift up a little higher off the right shoulder. Inhale, hands behind head. Exhale, chest lowers. Feet come down to lower. You can take the block, remove it from between in your legs. Draw an inhale, breath in, and exhale, breathe out. We'll make our way into tabletop position. So you can roll over or rock and roll on the spine. And we'll start with some cat-cow. So knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders, spread the fingers. Now this is a movement into the pelvis and of the shoulders. So inhale, belly lowers, tailbone, shoulders tip up. Pause here, claw the fingers into the mat, pull the hands back and squeeze the shoulders down the back. Exhale to round through the back, push into the mat, shoulders spread, relax through the neck. And then with your breath, inhale, belly lowers, heart and tail lift. And exhale, rounding through the back. Take a couple rounds with your breath here. You can add on to your cat pose by coming onto your fingertips here, widening the breath at the back. Just taking what you need to mobilize through your spine. And you might need some hip sways from side to side, or some hip circles. For me, hips side to side feels really nice because my outer hips tend to get pretty tight. And just discovering those areas, maybe sending breath into those tight areas. And as you make your way through another round of cat-cow or swaying side to side, and we'll find a neutral position in your tabletop. So tops the feet soften down. You can always have them tucked underneath if that's more comfortable. Shoulders gently draw in the back. Belly is still lifting the spine, so the front body's coming into back body. Good. And from here, we're gonna keep that low back the same. We'll just do movement through the shoulders, protracting and retracting the shoulders. So arms stay straight. On your inhale, the heart softens down. You're keeping the low back steady. Squeeze the shoulders together and down the back. Exhale, push into the hands, spread the shoulders round. Remember that pelvis stays level. Inhale, heart softens down, so you're slowly letting down the chest, squeezing them together, allowing it to melt down. Exhale, press into the mat. Your pectoral muscles will light up, shoulders spread. Inhale, belly, not your belly, your chest drops down. Exhale, spread through the shoulders. So taking that movement, it might be a little hard to discern that movement between cat-cow, and you might be pretty tight in your shoulders, your scapula. This might be something you kind of have to do a couple of times. And we'll take one more. Inhale, heart softens, shoulders squeeze down the back. Exhale with the arms straight, protracting, shoulder blades spread on the back. Come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, you can widen the knees or keep them where they're at. Child's pose, hips sit back, arms sit forward. Keep the fingertips tented up. Walk your fingers forward and feel the outer shoulders spread. Inhale, breath in, belly down towards floor. Exhale, belly to spine, and allow your exhale to fully empty. Inhale, your shoulders will once again align over the wrists. Coming into dolphin pose. Forearms drop down to the mat. You can clasp your hands together here if you know, or if you feel that your shoulders are tight. And just starting here, so we haven't lifted into dolphin yet. Toes are tucked underneath. Before you lift, push your forearms down into the mat. Elbows are stacked over underneath the shoulders. Dial your hands out towards the pinky side so they won't move, but you're pressing your hands down. And then almost the action of dialing the pinkies and drawing the shoulders onto the back is happening. Inhale, breath in. Listen to the big truck. Exhale, belly to spine, flip the toes underneath, similar to down dog. You'll lift the hips with bent knees first. The shoulders can stay over the elbows or be slightly behind. Press into the toes. Feel the hips as the highest point of the pose. Push down into the forearms to lift out of the shoulder girdle. And that option, you can start to straighten through the legs. That's not the goal. The goal is to more for the long spine first, and then to straighten through the legs. So healthy spine before lengthened hamstrings. Good. Pushing down onto the forearm, so you can always come to a child's pose like we did before. Inhale, you can lift through the right foot. Lift through the left foot. And then we'll rock fat back and forth on both. So exhale, heels come down towards the mat. Inhale, push onto the balls of the feet, lift the heels. Exhale, bend through the knees, heels sit back. Inhale, push through the big toe mounds, belly comes to spine, lifting up high in the core. Exhale, feet come down. Inhale, push through the balls of the feet, holding here, push down through the forearms, belly to spine. Last hold, fully empty. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide, big toes to touch. Hands come forward. Inhale, breath in. And exhale, breathe out. Good. Inhale, hands again, once again, come underneath the shoulders. Knees under the hips. You can take a cat-cow here, neutralize the spine. And then coming into towards a forearm plank. So this time, your forearms are down, fingertips are spread. You'll walk the toes back. You can always come down onto the knees here as well. That's always a great option. I have to remanage my space here. So toes are tucked underneath. Belly is still coming into the spine. Shoulders drawn the back. Toes are coming in and up towards your pelvis. Chin is in towards, so the front of the throat's coming in towards the back of the throat, so you're not overextending the neck. Shoulders on the back. Inhale, breath in. Exhale, right knee drops to the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale, left knee drops into the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale, both knees drop to hover. Squeeze the shoulders on the back, belly draws in. Inhale to lift. Exhale, Sphinx pose, drop the knees to the mat. Belly falls to the mat, heart seals open. Spread through the collarbones. And then dial the hands out towards the pinky sides of the hand. And exhale, chest to mat for extended cobra. Hands come straight out to the side of the shoulders. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, peel the chest up, segmentally open the heart. Feel the tail drawing down. Exhale, chest to lower. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, chest to lower. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Exhale to lower. We're in the last portion of your core class, which will be to come into plank, and I'll let you know what to do from there. So hands come underneath the shoulders, flip the toes underneath, lift up through the low belly. We're gonna lift through knee plank or full plank. Draw an inhale breath in, consolidate everything to your center, roll the shoulders in the back. Exhale through your knee plank or full plank, and take a pause here. Dial the pinkies out once again, shoulders on the back. Front of the body, front line of the body comes into the back line of the body. Take an inhale breath in, and exhale breath out. 2 more, inhale breath in, holding here, tail draws down, but not overly tucking. Exhale out. Last time, inhale breath in, exhale out, ending in downward facing dog, send the hips high. Again, similar to dolphin pose, slight bend in the knees. You want the long spine first, send your hips back, draw the ribs in, and then start to straighten through the legs. They don't have to get all the way straight. Inhale, breath in, and exhale out. And take 3 breaths in your down dog, feeling the core lifting up, feel nice and zipped up, energized, ready to go. And settling down. Staying in your down dog, you can come to a child's pose. Maybe cross your legs on the mat. Take a couple breaths there. And then from here, you can either start your yoga practice, anything that you're doing, getting in another movement practice. This may have been enough of a movement practice. And I promise you, if some of these core strengthening practices maybe didn't either connect today or were pretty challenging, that's good. That means keep doing it because it will get easier and you'll be able to bring that strength and stability not only in your body but into your life. Namaste.